welcome. We will start shortly. People are still coming in. We have 63 people right now live and another 239 that may be late or maybe not coming today. We will wait a couple of seconds more, maybe 30 seconds, and then we'll start. During this webinar, you will be able to ask questions. If you're listening on the phone, it'll be very difficult and you will not be able. But if you are in your computer, you should see a chat to the right of your screen. You can test it. You can ask questions there on the chat. Let me write something. For starters, I would like to know a little bit more about you, all of you. I would like to know what type of book you write or you are writing, or what type of author you are. Are you fiction or nonfiction? Let me know so I know and I can tailor better the presentation, fiction or nonfiction. Let me know, type it here on your notes on the chat room to your right. Fiction or not, please, so that I can get to know you better. Nonfiction, we have the first one, which is nonfiction. We have both. We have nonfiction, a lot of nonfiction. Usually we have a lot of fiction. Today seems like the nonfiction is winning. This would be the first one. That's awesome. Fiction, nonfiction, historical fiction, from Cassandra, fiction. Wow, a lot, all over the place. We are all over the place today. That is awesome. I like it when we have different types of writers. Now, can everybody see my screen, or do you just see me? If you can see the screen, you should see learn how to reach 3 million readers per day. You guys can see it? Roxy, if you don't hear anything, or Roy, also, if you don't hear anything, I should be coming online. I'm gonna turn my microphone up, but I should be coming loud and clear. Check your if you have your speaker on your computer on, or if you have earbuds that they're connected correctly. Otherwise, you will not be able to hear. Okay, everybody can hear me. Perfect. Everybody can hear me. They can see the screen. That's great. Let's get started. We have enough people online now that we can get started. We have 71 live. Learn how to reach 3 million readers per day. That's the topic for today. How authors can supercharge their social media. Put your book, social media campaign on autopilot. My name is Jorge Olson. A lot of you already know me. Let me take this sharing off so you can see who I am. There you go. You should see me now. My name is Jorge Olson. I am the founder of PromoCave. I'm also an author. I write fiction and nonfiction. For the nonfiction, I write business books, inspirational books, a lot of articles in Spanish and in English. I have a published, I appear in several magazines in Mexico, writing about business, writing about investments, etc. In the US, I've appeared in a lot of places, Forbes, Wall Street Journal, etc., on the business side. And then I like on the fiction side, I like science fiction. I'm a complete geek, science fiction geek, and fantasy. Those are my favorite to read, and science fiction is my favorite to write. Fiction, fantasy, I'm not very good at, so I keep it to science fiction. What do I know about social media, and what do I know about promotion? Well, I have launched about over 1,000 consumer packaged goods, and I've consulted and helped Fortune 500 companies and many other companies, more than 100 branding engagements, branding of people and branding of products. I take the same approach towards book, because you're branding an author, that's people, and then you're branding a consumer good or something that people can buy in the store or online, which is a book. So we've devoted the last 6 years on promoting, learning how to promote and growing the platform of authors on promocave.com. If you're not on promocave.com, it is free, so you can go and open an account, upload your book, and just by doing so, we promote it to 50 different social engines, just by you going and uploading your book, your bio, etc. It's completely free for that option. We have other options that are paid options if you want special super duper promotions. My social media reaches 3 million people per day. I have a lot of accounts. I have my own personal account. I have accounts for books. I have accounts for clients, etc., etc. I speak around the country and in Mexico on branding and other subjects. Just so you know, I am top 1%, top 100 now. I found out I'm 95 on LinkedIn. Of all of LinkedIn, 300 million people, and I'm in the top 100. Here you'll see some of the followers. These are not my connections. I have 30,000 connections plus 30,000 followers. And I have an extra 12,000 connections that I cannot connect with because I am full. LinkedIn capped my connections already. So I have 30,000 plus these that you see here. And we'll dive into the subject matter, but I just wanted to share some statistics with you so that you know who I am. Here you can see the arrow in the middle. These I screenshot last night. So this, for example, up on top 328, that was on 3 hours of one tweet, which was don't miss the webinar that you're on right now. You see below that with the arrow, 400 with 0 engagements, still have 400 impressions. And then here you see karma, a little bit about karma, and we'll talk about themes for your tweets in a little bit. And I had 16 engagements and over 1,000 impressions. Here on top, you see the top media tweet was 2,000 for one tweet. And then you see here PromoCave, hashtag PromoCave. If you don't use it, you should use it, because whenever you use hashtag PromoCave in any of your tweets, we promote your tweet. Automatically, we retweet it with 1, 2, 3, and up to 10 accounts. So use it. That's free. Use it. Today's agenda. What are we going to do today? We're going to talk about the big picture. We always talk about the big picture. Build your platform. Create and build your author platform. That's number one. That's incredibly important. And we'll talk about how to reach 3 million potential readers, how to use your Facebook or other pages, your Facebook, your LinkedIn, your Amazon as your website, if you don't have a website, of course. We're going to talk about how to attract alpha social media people, the people who have 1 million followers, or the people who are connected to 100,000 or to a lot of people. How to have more connections, more people following you, more people retweeting you automatically on the top social engines. How to develop ads, banners, so that you don't have the old boring follow me or buy from me, etc. And how to, again, automatically get all of your information, book, author, etc. to 50 social engines and automate the process. And that's what we can help you with. That's for a cost. Everything else you'll be able to do for free, but then I'll present you with an opportunity, if you want to use it, of how we can work together. All right, and by the way, to the right, you can ask questions as we go. With me right now, you have Amilcar and you have Enrique. You probably know them if you hang around Twitter with us or LinkedIn or Facebook or any other place. And they are project managers in PromoCave. And you can speak with them with the chat. They will be answering the chat. They will be telling us about the chat and what we're doing, and trying to help me answer some of the questions. If they can answer them, we'll answer them. If I can answer them, I will answer them. Don't wait till the end. Ask whatever you want. If something is not clear, you can ask. If I went too fast and you want details on something, ask, and then they will send you links. They will send you other resources that you can use. At the end of the presentation, you will get the presentation in video format. So if you want to watch it, if you want to send it to somebody, or if something was not clear and you want to see it again, you can see it in a video. We will also post a PowerPoint on LinkedIn and other places, so you can see the slide share, etc., so you can see the presentation. And by the way, I'm going to be in and out of slides. So I see some people say I don't see slides. Yes, because I'm in and out of the slides, so I'm in and out of screen share. So you can see the screen share in and out. Enrique, can you put the room on mute so that whoever's speaking, we can't hear them, because it can be a little bit distracting. Okay, let's continue. So we went through today's agenda, and let's start with the platform. I always speak about the platform. What's a platform, and why is important? Why is a platform important to you, and what does it have to do with social media promotion? Your platform is your plan. Your platform is what you do in your entire book, author, sales, marketing, promotion campaign. Everything that you do goes back to your platform. You don't want to sell one book. You don't want to be a one-trick pony. You want people to follow you. You want people to subscribe to you. You want people to look for you, whether you are fiction or nonfiction. Let me explain. If you are nonfiction, especially if you provide services with your business, maybe you write for business, maybe you're a coach, maybe you are a service professional. In that case, your platform is what happens after your book. You write your book, and then you have a funnel where you put people on your funnel waiting for your next book, or subscribing to your newsletter, to your service, to your webinars, etc., so that they can then buy other products from you. If you are fiction, if you write fantasy, science fiction, romance, etc., it works differently because you don't have a lot of products on the back end. Although I would invite you to do at least some t-shirts, hats, and other things that are fun. But if you don't, the reason to have people subscribing to your platform is because they will buy your next book. They will subscribe not just to your book, but to you, to your platform, to the person, and you have to share some information about you, some information about the person, so that people can subscribe to you and people can start liking you and doing business with you. That's why it's so important to have a platform. Prepare a plan. Within your platform, you need to know what are you going to do when people click. It's not just about having a link, it's about the follow-up. What's going to happen, whether you're fiction or nonfiction? Let's say that you are killing it on Twitter. What's going to happen? What's your funnel? How are you going to get them to subscribe to your email newsletter, to follow you on LinkedIn, to follow you in different social engines, Facebook, etc.? You need a plan. It's not enough to have a link to your Amazon page and then they buy and then you forget about them. The value that you have is in your platform. It's not in one book. It's not when you sell one book. It's when you can subscribe people to you. And then from there, you can sell them on short stories, you can sell them on novellas, you can sell them on whatever you're doing. Maybe you're doing book signing and you want people to show up. Well, guess what? You already have subscribers, so they're going to show up. And you can have subscribers in different places. You can have subscribers on LinkedIn. You can have subscribers on Facebook. Let me do a little bit of explanation here. So you are here, right? And you're a writer, of course, and you want to write books. You want to sell books, but you also want to sell future books. So the first step is to start building your platform. Send them somewhere. Pick one place. You can have a website. You can have LinkedIn, whatever you want. But this is where you're going to sign people up. For example, I have about 200,000 people connected in my entire, no, 250,000 connected in my entire LinkedIn platform. That includes groups, it includes companies, it includes different things. So this can be LinkedIn, it can be Facebook, and it can be your website. It can't just be your Amazon page because you have no way of capturing people in your Amazon page. So it has to be in different places, or I mean, it has to be in a place where you can capture their email, their contact information, their phone, something. If you don't have something from them, they're not in your platform. That's very important. Once they're in your platform, once you're in your platform here, then you can invite them to collaborate, to buy other books, or to go into your webinars, or to buy a t-shirt, or maybe you're going to have a series, a book series. If you're a romance or a fiction writer, you're going to have different books, and you're going to have to sell them all of your books, not just one book. You want them to buy all of your books, and then if your first book sold a couple of thousand copies, you want at least 90% retention. The only way you're going to have high retention is if you have the people subscribed to your something, to your newsletter, to your Facebook, something. They have to subscribe to something. If they don't subscribe, they're not part of your platform. They just bought your book once, and that's it. And then you have no way of getting in touch with them. You have no way of selling them anything else. So that's why the platform is so important. I'm always talking about the platform. If you want to learn more about the platform, go to our podcast. Guys, can you type the podcast so that everybody knows where to find the podcast? There's a podcast on building your platform. And I explain with numbers what a platform can do for sales of your book, fiction and nonfiction, how to use your platform. And it's one of the most popular, or the most popular podcast that we have so far. You got me fired up about the platform. Okay, let's dive in. How to reach 3 million potential readers? Well, number one, we have over 3 million interactions per day. So whenever you work with us in any of our packages, whether free or paid packages, you're going to have access to everybody that we market to with all of our accounts all over social media. We have 50 different social media engines that we work in. Just by going and uploading your book for free to PromoCave, you're already accessing part of our impressions and readers. And that's completely free. Just by engaging with us on Twitter and using hashtag PromoCave, you're accessing all of these readers. And then we have other things that you can pay, and then we'll automate your process so that you can get into our system, and then we write the tweets, we do the banners, etc. Now, what are the rules to start attracting all of the right readers, all of the right people that will retweet you, etc.? Number one is create great content. Don't do the please buy my book. We have a social group on LinkedIn. If you're not part of it, join it. It's almost 100,000 writers. 100,000 writers, and they engage and they write discussions. It's great, and it's on LinkedIn. It's called Books and Writers. So you just go to LinkedIn to Books and Writers, and you'll see, especially. Well, now Amilcar does a tremendous job of monitoring this, but before, when we didn't have a full-time person helping us with that, you had at least 1,000 people every day going to it and just, my book is out, please buy my book. My book is out, please buy my book. My book is out, please buy my book. And that was their marketing. And then I used to go and check their sales, and they had no sales. You can check sales on Amazon. And by the way, we often publish we have software that can get the sales, keywords, etc. from Amazon. So we often publish that on LinkedIn, Twitter, on PromoCave, on the blog. So go often and see if your category is there, so you can see how many books your competitors are selling, what keywords are they using, and what keywords are they using on Google to find the books. All of that, again, just go to and visit our blog at promocave.com often and look for the updates on the different categories of books. So don't do please buy my book everywhere. That is not going to cut it. It doesn't work that way. You have to create great content. You have to be funny. You have to be smart. You have to create rapport and make me and make everybody else like you. I am not the funniest guy in the universe or the smartest but I understand that I have to entertain you. If you follow me on Jorge Olson on Twitter or on any other engine, you'll see what I post and then see the engagements that I get. See what other people. Enrique, can you mute everybody, please? I can hear somebody in the background, especially the people on the phone. Thank you. So you have to engage everybody. You have to post often. Now, don't think you have to spend your entire day posting on the social engines. It's automatic. You have to think and write 20, 30, 40, 50, 100 tweets. Maybe do some banners. I love doing banners. So I write my tweets in banners. I personally use a whiteboard or a blackboard, and I write my tweets there. And then I post them. And you don't have to write new content all the time. If it's very intelligent content, you can repost it because not all of your followers are online all of the time. So you will reach different people with different hashtags every time you post, even if it's the same tweet. Just don't do 10 tweets. Do more than 10 different tweets. Do many. I think I have 100 different ones at least that I post and I recycle. Hashtags. What are the hashtags for your potential reader? If you don't know them, you have to research them. If you write business, is it marketing? Is it consulting? Is it ERP software? Is it CRM software? Is it saving money on payroll? Whatever it's for business. If it's fiction, is it romance novel? Is that your keyword? Or is it housewife? Do the research. Do the research on your keywords and do the research on your hashtags. We use software for hashtags and for keywords, and we use Google Analytics as well as Google Search. So we do tests with the Google Search to see how many people are looking for certain keywords. And we even do that before we write a book. I wrote a book 2 years ago. I haven't published it yet. It's Wholesale MBA is the name. It's for wholesale distribution. And I wrote the ebook 6 years ago. And it was keyword oriented. And I was selling about $2,500 per month just of that book. Ebook, I'm sorry, it was in ebook format. 70 pages. That's all I had, 70 pages. But I was targeting the right people with the right keywords. People looking for consumer packaged goods, for wholesale distribution, etc. Now that I'm writing a science fiction novel, I started 2 years ago doing research on what science fiction readers like. Things like top 10 science fiction books of all time. Writing articles about other science fiction books and getting people to subscribe to my newsletters and subscribe to my groups by offering those articles. And then once my book comes out, I have at least a couple of thousand people that I can share it with. And then if people recommend it, etc., then I'll have many more. So research. Your hashtags are very important. Now, I put this slide in just so you could see a snapshot of what people look for in the potential. This is for tweets, and we're going to talk about more than Twitter, by the way. I'm just using as an example. And the keywords are book, reading, and author. And you can see how many people are using that in their tweets in the last 30 days. So you see it's in the millions. 10 million people are, and that's just 3 of them. If you start searching by genre, you'll get another million or 2. If you start looking by author, if you start looking by title, you get millions and millions and millions, probably 50 million per month. That's a lot. You don't need to sell to 50 million to be a mega super bestseller. So do your research. In this case, I just put these 3, but we constantly do keyword research for every single genre at PromoCave. It's very important to us. And by the way, you see a link here at the bottom. That's for one of the promotions that we'll have for today for authors. Okay, I love this subject. Websites and different types of websites or landing sites where you're sending your traffic. Do you have a website? Do you have a LinkedIn book page? Do you have a Facebook author page? What are you using? Do you have a Amazon author page? As a matter of fact, let's start a poll. Enrique, if you could start a poll on how many people have a website or Facebook page or Facebook author page, I'm sorry, not just Facebook page, or LinkedIn author or book page. Start it, please, so we can know how many people have it, how many people, what are people using. Why is all of this important? Number one, you should have at the very least, your own author page. It can be a book page if you want, but I would prefer that you have an author page, your personal page. This is, for example, I have jorgeolson.com. That's my personal page, and I talk about my books in that page. Additionally, I have a website for every book. So I have my own personal website, jorgeolson.com. If I go speak somewhere, for example, after this webinar, I'll post the webinar on my page so everybody can see it, and people who already visit me already see it. So you should have your own book page, and you should have your own, well, at least your own, number one, in order of priority, you should have your own author page. And that costs, of course. You have to buy the domain name, you have to host it, you have to do a little website. But you should have it. It's an incredible investment, and it's not that much. If you want referrals to where to do websites, we do websites for authors. We specialize in doing websites for authors. So just send an email or a chat or a post to Amilcar or Enrique or info@promocave.com, and they'll forward your information to Chris, who handles websites for us. But you should have a website. If you want us to take a look at your website, send us the link, do a little promotion so everybody can see it right now, and so that we can take a look later on and give you some feedback. On your website, you should have your book, and you should have a way of people to subscribe to your stuff. Email, at least an email, an autoresponder, a form, something, and you should have links to your social media as well. That's for your website. Now, let's say that it's going to take a little bit, you want something immediately. Do you have a Facebook author page? If you don't, after the webinar, go and create a Facebook author page. It is free. And you can list your book, you can have the cover of your book, you can have your photograph, your bio, and then people can go and like it, and then you can communicate with them after they like it. They're subscribed to your Facebook author page. Don't just do that and forget it. Link it with your Twitter. So every time you tweet, it goes automatically to your Facebook author page. And link it to your Amazon author page as well. So when you link, so when you tweet, your tweets go to your Amazon author page, and people see action. People see you're on it. Even if you wrote your book 5 years ago, that you still provide content every day. So again, your Twitter account should be linked to your LinkedIn, to your Amazon author page, and to your Facebook author page, so that when you tweet, it populates everything, and people know that you are still a writer, that you're still relevant. Okay, LinkedIn. This is probably a hack that none of you know, or most of you don't know. LinkedIn has companies. They have groups, and they have companies. You can use a company page for your book. I have one. It's called Build Your Beverage Empire, for my beverage book. And what you do is you go to LinkedIn, you create a company page And then you put your book cover as the logo, and you put your bio, and you put the about. In the about you, in the about the company, you put about the book. And again, you go at least once per week and you put a tweet, or you link it to your tweet, or you do a little something so that people know you're relevant. People can subscribe on LinkedIn to your page. That's another way of building your platform and getting in contact with people with your LinkedIn company page.
Correct.
So get Amazon author page, LinkedIn, and Facebook, and of course your website. If you have a website, that also is very important. Get alpha. I call them alphas. So what's an alpha? Alpha are people, or connectors is another word. Alpha are people who will tweet about you, that love your products, will recommend your products to everyone, and they have influence. Those are alpha. You can have alpha consumers, you can have alpha social media accounts, but that's the definition. It's a marketing term, and it's used for people that can make or break you. These are people who will give your book for, if it's an alpha consumer, they will give your book for Christmas, for birthdays, they will tell all their friends, they will not let them read another book until they read your book. That's an alpha consumer. An alpha on social media, it's somebody who is super connected. If you look at the bolt over here on the right, you see this was my top follower in the month. I don't remember which month. He has 4 million followers. A retweet from him can give me a few thousand views. Over here at the bottom, you can see this one has 3 million followers. And I have a lot with 1 million, and I have thousands with more than 10,000, let's say. So everything they retweet, now for them to retweet something, they have to love it. So we go back to content. For them to retweet, they have to love it. Now, by the way, what to write on Twitter and social media? Write about what you are good at. If you're good at fiction, write fiction. Just short, right? Because you can't write a lot on Twitter. Talk about your favorite character, and write something they would say. Start a conversation with other authors. I've written songs, poems, scenes on Twitter with other authors. They just engage me, that they start writing a scene or a dialogue, and I continue. We're both live doing it, and then you have 100, 200, 300, 1,000 people following you immediately, because that's fun. It's done as they're watching, and then some of them start contributing, and then you're going to be a superstar. So try that, for example. Try it with your friends. Try it with other authors. Remember, when you're doing hashtag PromoCave, you will be connecting with all of the other people who are on PromoCave, and they will see what you're writing. Invite them to collaborate. That's the easiest, because then if you have a little bit of Twitter block or Twitter writer's block, they can help you, and they can take the conversation, prompt you for a conversation, etc. I sometimes write as a character, or I have a conversation with my character, or I tell you what my character is doing. For business, I write a lot. I post if I'm giving a seminar or presentation. I post pictures about the presentation, or what I thought. I just came back from San Francisco, for example, for Venture Capital Mexico Day, so I post about that. Tomorrow I leave to New Orleans for another investment seminar, so I post about that, and then I meet with people that saw it on Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. If you're doing a book tour, you put it everywhere, on your LinkedIn, your Twitter, your Tumblr, everywhere. So they are very important. Engage alpha consumers. Look for them, not just wait for them. If you write important, funny content, they will engage you. But if they don't, because you are too new, retweet what they say with the funny comment, and then we'll follow you. So look for your favorite people on Twitter, retweet what they're doing, and don't just retweet blank. Retweet and put something funny, something engaged, or something smart, and then they will follow you. they're smart. They know that if you're helping them, they want to help you. Otherwise, you're not going to do it again. So this is why they can grow to millions of followers. That's how you attract them. Develop professional ads, banners, etc. Why is this important? Well, number one, when you have an image in your tweet or in your post, no matter where it is, if it's on LinkedIn. By the way, LinkedIn has posts. Just if you didn't know, LinkedIn has a new, let's call it a blog, that everybody can go and write book reports. You can write you can write essays, you can write articles, you can put videos, you can put your video trailer there, you can promote your book, and then you can link within LinkedIn to your book without getting penalized because you're promoting LinkedIn. And then you'll have from 10 to 20 to 100 to 1,000 views of whatever you write. So write often. Don't just promote something. Give some content. Write something funny. If you don't have time, if you think you have to promote your book and you don't have time to write articles, etc., get 200, 300 words from your book every week and post them on LinkedIn on the posts. Put an image of your book as the image of your book cover. Tell them where to buy it or how to engage with you, and then tweet about that. And you can do the tweet and link to Facebook within the post on LinkedIn. So then you have no excuses. You already wrote a book, just copy paste 200-300 words, and then link it to all of your social media. So that's something easy. You don't have to write anything. You're giving content. You're providing something of value, which is your book. And you're going to start getting a ton of followers. By the way, we want to hear of the followers that you get. We have, if you go to Promo Cave and you hear some of what people say, some people are getting 1,000 followers the first week, 2,000 followers. They were at 10 followers and now they are at 4,000 just by engaging with us, by following our advice. So we want to hear about your success, and we will actually promote your success for free, of course, so that you can have more success. What type of banners? Well, number one, whenever you have anything with a picture, a video, something that's not just words, you get a lot of attention. So even if you just write a tweet, if you're going to reuse that tweet, write a little, use a little banner. Go to Word or go to PowerPoint or whatever software you want to use. Write it, but then write it on top of a screen, or if you don't know how to use PowerPoint or anything else, just write something in Word and then capture the image, save it as an image, and then use that as your image for that tweet. And if you go to my Twitter, Jorge Olson, you'll see that 80% of my tweets are with banners. So whatever I say, I write it, but then the same content goes on a banner, because with the banner, I get 3-4 times more engagement just because I have it, the same words, no pictures. Sometimes I put pictures, but 80% of the time it's no pictures, just the words. And like I said before, I use a blackboard, sometimes a whiteboard, etc. So do that. And then once in a while, let's say 1 in 5, promote your book. For every 5 or 6 tweets that you do, posts, etc., promote your book. If you do posts on your Facebook, on your LinkedIn, on Tumblr, wherever you do posts, at the end, do a signature. The signature is your photo or the book cover, or both, and then a little bit about the book and your bio. That way you're providing content, but then you're telling them how they can buy your product. Again, you write something, whatever it is, an article, a little bit about your book, your experiences as a writer, whatever you have, a little video. You post it on different engines. You post it on Tumblr, Stumble Upon, LinkedIn, etc., and then you do a signature. At the end, you have your signature, which is the photo of you, or the photo or the cover of your book, a little bio of you, a paragraph, and then a paragraph about the book. And then you can put a link to your website or a link to your Amazon page or to the book. And that way, you provide content, but people know that you're an author and can go buy your book. everything that you write should have it. If you're not putting that on things that you write on your signature, even your email should have it. When you send an email out, it should have at least your Amazon page and maybe your website. If you want to engage on Twitter, your Twitter, or wherever you want to engage people, it should have. If you're in business, if you write nonfiction, that's a must. You can even put your covers of your book or books on your email signature. I have, as a default, I use my website, my personal website, jorgeolson.com, my Twitter account, Jorge Olson, my LinkedIn, and my Amazon, on everything, because it's so important to have it everywhere. So I put it on everything, on all of my email signatures, and I send a ton and receive a ton of emails. So it's free promotion right there. When you promote your book, do a banner. Use a banner. Imagine your book on a sign, outdoor advertising. Imagine that big sign on the freeway. That's the way you do it. Here's some examples. This is the same book, different views. This particular one got 5,000 clicks. We used it, we made it, so it got 5,000 clicks. It won a little contest that we did on PromoCave. So as a prize, we did a little campaign, and they got 5,000 clicks to their Amazon book page. By the way, we have contests, and you win free marketing campaigns on PromoCave. The next one is going to be writing prompts. We will do visual writing prompts where we show you an image, a photograph, and then we give you an idea that you can use for your writing prompt. So these are not the usual writing prompts. These are very different. One of my best friends is a famous photographer, and he is going to provide the images. And then every week we're going to have somebody that wins, and that person will receive free book promotions like this one. And this is the banner, right? The banner, the price, because it's on special. These are other examples, and again, we do these as outdoor advertising, and we put them on different places, including on LinkedIn, actually we put in 50 different social engines, and we talk a little bit about the book or about the author. Because if you just promote with no content, nobody is going to pay any attention. And of course, what we do when we do these is we target different keywords, we target different hashtags, so that if you're not interested on diabetes, you're not going to get this banner. But if you are looking for keywords, if you are typing the word somewhere, then yes, you will see it. So it's targeted. One more example. Everyone is very different because it depends on the target market. And by the way, if you want us to do this for you, just let us know, or go to bookpromotion.promocave.com, and then we will show you some of the programs that start at about $50 where we do this and we tweet for you, etc. And we have a special for you today at the end, so stick around. Okay. One of the things that we do is we use a lot of software. We have a team of marketers, number one. We have about 8 people in our marketing team. And we use a lot of software. I'm the founder, like I said, of PromoCave, and we have other businesses, and we use promotion and the same tactics for other businesses that are large, 300 employees and more. So we already made all the mistakes, spent all the money, and what I tell you here and in other webinars is the cream, what survived all of our tests. We use as our primary engines LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook, and then we use Pinterest, Tumblr, Instagram, and others, and then 50 more. So what we did is we made sure that everything that we post is pushed everywhere. One, if you're already doing the work, if you're already sitting down, thinking, writing something smart, recycling that content, it should go everywhere, not just on Twitter. So what we do, for example, is we use different types. Sometimes some things have to be manual, just the integration is not there. But for the most part, we try to automate almost everything that we do, even though we have the manpower. And we make sure, number one, that it goes on the top 3. And we put special attention on LinkedIn, Twitter, and Facebook. On Twitter, we have about 20 accounts. So we make sure that we put it in the right account. We have accounts for investing. We have accounts for books. We have accounts for book trailers. We have accounts for fiction, for nonfiction, for fantasy. You name it. For every genre we have of books, we have a Twitter account. Plus, for every one of our businesses, every one of the executives that work in our businesses, we have a different account, and we manage all of the accounts. And then for Facebook, for example, I have my own Facebook page as an author, and then I have a Facebook page for each of my businesses, including PromoCave. So if you're not with us on PromoCave, we have a group, and we have a Facebook page. So go to the Facebook page and make sure you're connected. Make sure you like the page. That's the way we connect. And make sure you join the Facebook group, because we share a lot of information there, a lot of links. Whenever we discover something new, a way of marketing, a way of building your platform, we share it there. So make sure you're a member so that we can share that with you. And then what we do is we push the information to a lot of different sites. I'm in the PowerPoint, so let me make sure that you don't have questions that I haven't answered. I see Enrique and Amilcar are helping you here. But let me see. Yeah, I'll give you a list. They're asking for what's the list of the 50. Yes, I'll provide a list so you can see them. And then I'll talk about the services that we offer as well, so you can use us to do it automatically for you. And by the way, it can be more than 50. It's just that we capped it at 50 because we can't do 100 or 1,000. The top 50 account for about 90% of the traffic, so we just use those 50, and we found that they're the best ones for us and for what we do. Let me see if I have other questions here, and also remember, you have a question and answer there, so you can do a question and answer with one of the buttons. So if you have a question, I will go and see your questions. And it's a lot of you today. We have almost 80 people live, but I'll do my best to go. And then at the end, I'll say as much as you need to answer all of your questions, of course. So I see Enrique and Amilcar are answering a lot of your questions already. And thank you for sharing your websites. I see some websites here. Thank you for sharing. We're going to go and look at them. We'll send you an email with our thoughts. We remember, guys, if we don't help each other, then we're not going to get anywhere. So you see some of the websites here. Click on them. Give the author some feedback. And that's what PromoCave is all about. PromoCave is about finding readers for authors, and about authors finding the books they're looking for, the right books they're looking for, connecting. I'm very passionate about books, and I'm very passionate about writing and authors. I grew up with 5,000 books at home. My mom being a teacher, philosophy and literature. So a lot of books. I was exposed to books, to philosophy, since I was maybe 8 or 9. So I'm very passionate, and I truly believe authors have a big role in changing everything, the economy, society, let's say the world, to be a little bit cheesy. But I truly believe that what we write, people will do in 1 year, 5 years, or 20 years. So yes, I see more links. Thank you for sharing. Even your Facebook, whatever you want us to see, click and give you feedback. Put the link. Don't be afraid of putting your link there. Promote yourself, and we'll give you some of the feedback. So again, we use 50 different engines, and let me tell you a little bit about what we do and what the different services, or the one service that it's a starting service, let's say, one that you can start with. But before we do that, I want to share something about Twitter, and then I'll go over some of the numbers of how you can get here as well. So this is for, let me see the month. I believe this is for last month. This is for September, all of September, and you see this is the banner I was talking about. This is the banner. So I write whatever I want to write. You see it here. The star is, this was my top tweet that month with 3,000 impressions. And you see here that this is a banner. Of course, if you click on it, you'll see the entire banner. But it says happiness is smiling for no reason and for every reason. And I have a series, I do a series of tweets. I have one for what is happiness. Happiness is dancing in the dark. Happiness is dancing in front of everybody and not caring. By the way, I love dancing. I was in the ballroom dance team. That's a tidbit for you. So I love dancing. In the university, I was in the ballroom dance team. So I love dancing. I absolutely love dancing. So I have one about dancing. I have one about what is happiness. I have one about karma. What is karma? And I have different banners about each one. I have some about investing, about venture capital, about marketing, about promotion. Then my top mention was this one. I was in the cover of the magazine Angel Ventures. It's for venture capital in Mexico. So I was in their cover, and this was the top mention for that month. Now, something interesting you see here at the bottom, I only had 7 retweets. And even with 7 retweets, I reached 3,000 impressions. So far, of course, so far. Now, something interesting, and by the way, all of these stats are in your Twitter. If you go to Twitter and you go to analytics, and then you'll see all of this and more. And I'll show you what else you'll see. So go often so you see how well you're doing and you can measure success. Remember, if you can't measure it, it's not marketing. If you don't remember anything else from this webinar, remember that. If you can't track it, if you can't measure it, it's not marketing. These are the numbers. This is how we measure. So you see here in September, I had 2,000 tweets. Don't be scared. It's all automatic. I didn't sit down 20 hours a day and tweet. As a matter of fact, I don't think I tweeted once in September. It's all part of what we do at Promo Cave. It's automatic. Now, here's something very interesting, and I want you to think about this. If you see profile visits, 8,500. These are people that are clicking on the name Jorge Olson after a tweet impression. That's my tweet impressions were at 500,000, and that's one account. Remember, it's one of my accounts, of the 20 plus accounts that we have. Automatically 500,000 impressions, and of those 500,000 impressions, 8,000, more than 8,000 people said, I wonder who this guy is. I want to know more. And they clicked on the link and they went to see my landing Twitter page, and there you can have links to your websites, you can have links to your books, you can offer them a free report if you are in business, you can offer them a free chapter if you're writing fiction. Now we're talking. Now you're going to see some results. You're going to see and you're going to measure. So many people saw my tweets, so many people clicked on my profile, right? Profile visits, and then so many people clicked and bought my book or click to get the free chapter. So then you can start measuring, and maybe you say, well, this tweet got 3 times better clicks than this other one, so I'm going to write more like this first one because it was funnier, or I used different keywords, or I used different hashtags. So now we're talking marketing, direct response marketing. This is the good stuff, writers. This is what it's all about. And then I got 1,600 new followers. What else? Let's stick with Twitter for a bit. If you see my happy face there, the first one on top, you see I received 3,000 tweets, then 1,400, etc. And these are for September again. And these are individual tweets. And you know what's interesting? Some of them have very few. And by the way, all of these, just so you know, all of these come with a banner. You don't see the banner here? But if you click the pic, then the banner will appear. So they come with a banner. That's why they get views. And I think my record is like 40,000 or something like that for one. So a lot. And you can see some of the themes I told you about: happiness, what not to say to a writer, one that I often I have another series of tweets and posts, one that you say to a writer, and this actually comes from things people say to me when I give them a book. Let's say they say, I could write a book if I wanted. You know, right? Read a book first, right? And I have a whole series of that. You can do the same. Copy me. You probably have your own. What not to say to a writer stories. Yoda is not my writing coach with a picture of Yoda. That's a favorite. It always makes it to the top 5. And then another one on smiling. Then if you see here the happy face to the right, you see a month. This is a month's worth. And again, these are free statistics from the analytics button in Twitter. And you can see I'm reaching almost 40. Each one of these bars is a day. It's one day. So you can see the weekends are weak, right? The weekends are weak, and then the other days are strong. And here at the top, you see a couple of days almost reaching 40,000 per day, 40,000 impressions per day. And I think my record is about 100,000 one day. That's when I'm actually tweeting, when I'm actually going in and tweeting something, because most of the time I'm not. All of this, by the way, it's automatic. All of these tweets are already in my system. So here's some of the other. You were asking what other engines to use. These are some of the other engines that we use. And we've tested all of them, but these are the ones that bring us the best result. Now here to the right, you see the musts. If you're not using StumbleUpon, a lot of people think, yeah, what is that? I've never used it. It's old, but it gets incredible results, and that's why we included it in the musts. So friends, family, writers, the ones to the right, you must have. You must have a Twitter account. If you have a Twitter account that you use with your friends and family, that's not the one I'm talking about. I'm talking about your own personal author one. The one that has links to your books. That's the one. If you don't have that Twitter account, create it. You can put the banner, in the banner on top, you can put your book, or you can put your value proposition, or a picture of your character if you draw. Be creative. So it's not your Twitter, it's your author Twitter page. Your Facebook, same. It's not your personal Facebook I'm talking about. I'm talking about your other Facebook, your author page. That's the one I'm talking about. That's the one you're going to send the traffic to, engage with people, with your alphas and with your fans. Pinterest is important. Make sure your cover is there on Pinterest. By the way, just by putting it for free on promocave.com, by uploading your book, we do this. We put it on our everything. We put it on our Twitter, our Facebook, our Pinterest, and we probably get more traffic than you do. So whether you do it on yours or not, put it on Promocave, because we're going to do it for you on ours that gets more traffic. And before I forget, I showed you here on top. I showed you the profile visits here. Before I forget, imagine if you could get 8,000 people looking at your homepage. If you would get, whether you're in business or not, whether you're already a guru or the authority on your subject, you're probably not getting 8,000 unique visitors. This page is getting 8,000 unique visitors per month. Then my LinkedIn page gets, I don't remember, I think it's 3,000 or 4,000 unique visitors per month, just to my, without counting engagements, just to my profile page. And by the way, for everybody, LinkedIn is very important because it will rank high on search engines. So even if you don't have a personal website, you should have a LinkedIn profile as an author. I have about 800,000 views on Google. So when you Google my name, 800,000 links come out. Guess what's the first one? Not my website, LinkedIn. So LinkedIn actually ranks higher than my website, my book websites, my business websites, my author websites, my speaker websites, my everything. LinkedIn comes first. So as you can imagine, I pinned my LinkedIn page, and that's why I'm top 1% on LinkedIn. So you should do the same. People searching for you are going to find you first on LinkedIn, and you're going to have some results like this one. Twitter's one of the top also. And it's very important that you use it as your website, because you cannot beat 8,000 profile visits. So back to what we do. So let me plug one of our services here, so you can, if you're interested, you can buy one of our services. You upload your book on PromoCave. By the way, whether you use our service or not, this is free. You upload your book on PromoCave, that's free. You can do that for free, and we will link it for you to your book, so that people can go to PromoCave and then buy your book, and then you can have links to your Amazon book. A lot of people don't know this, but you have to create a link campaign to your Amazon author page. Did you know that? You have to create a link campaign, not just to your personal website, but to every one of your websites. You have to create a link campaign to your Amazon book or author page. You have to create a link campaign to your Twitter, to your LinkedIn, to your Tumblr, at least to those. That means that you link from one place to the other. Don't link from everywhere just to your personal website. Do a link wheel where you're linking from your Twitter, you're promoting your LinkedIn, from your LinkedIn, you're promoting your Facebook, from your Facebook, you're promoting your Amazon page, etc. And if you follow me and what I do, you'll often see a tweet that takes you not to my website, but to a post on LinkedIn, or to a podcast that I uploaded to LinkedIn instead of to PromoCave, so that I can have enough links going to my link. And so this is a hack. This is one of the growth hacks that I provide, so you can grow your social media with links. Why links? Because then because then Google will do some promotion for you automatically, and Amazon will too. Did you know Amazon advertising? Did you know that? If you have a link wheel, if you're pointing to Amazon, sending some traffic to Amazon, and if you are on favorites, on people's favorites and people's lists, Amazon will spend money on Google advertising to promote your book. They do it for my book, and that's why I've been a best-selling Amazon seller for 6 years straight. 6 years straight. And they do all of the advertising for me. I don't do any of the advertising. My books are niche business books. Very difficult to rank high. But because of the advertising, and now my books are used for MBA programs, they're used for PhD business programs, etc. So I'm very happy with Amazon and what they've done for me. And in exchange, I send traffic to them with links. Now, when you upload it, you upload your book, we link to your Amazon page, and then we put your book in our high-ranking sites, and then we push it to 50 sites. It's free. So if you're not doing it, you're missing out big time. And then we promote it using the right keywords to your target market for free. Well, you say, Jorge, that's great, but I don't want it done once. I want a campaign that's done for me every month. Well, we have something for you then. If you're interested in us doing it for you, we have a special package on bookpromotion.promocave.com, and it's $47. And you get what I just told you, but not just once, but done for you, including the banners, the keyword search, the linking everywhere, every month for $47. And you get this, but you get more than this. You don't just get what you see here. You get 8 tweets, 8 posts on Facebook, pins on Pinterest. You get a post a month on LinkedIn, which is huge because it goes on mine, and I have tons and tons of followers and connections. So you have a potential just with me of 200,000 people stumble upon, etc. And then it goes to the 50 every time we post. It goes to the 50 other engines, but we do more. And let me give you some examples of, because you say, yeah, Jorge, it's great, but you've been on Twitter for 20 years, and you made your traffic and your followers after tweeting for 20 years. No, I did not. I had other accounts, but my author page I didn't have. And I created it, although I created it long ago, I never used it. And here are the numbers, so you can see what I did with mine and what you do with yours. This is November 2014. November 2014. Look at the arrow here. Look at my impressions for November. This is on Jorge Olson, on @JorgeOlson, my Twitter account. I had 58 impressions. I had 12 profile visits, negative followers. I was so bad, I was losing followers. So what happened next? Well, I said, okay, I need to start promoting myself as an author, and I need to use Twitter as one of the engines. This was after we did the research of the most popular engines, and Twitter was one of the top ones. So we had to go on Twitter with all of our accounts. So what happened? Well, we said, let's get started, ready, set, go. 1 month later, December, 33 tweets. Nothing. That's one a day. One a day. But it went from 12 to 1,600 impressions. I got a whopping 23 followers. Yay! Again, nothing. Very, very weak. Next month, January, is where you see the lift. Why? Why did it take a month? Because here on December, we were just creating the tweets and posting the tweets, and it took a month to take effect, and I went from 33 tweets to 900 automatically. From 1,600 impressions to 38,000 automatically. 900 tweets. I wasn't there tweeting all day and all night. This is part of what we'll do for you, and of course we do it for ourselves. We use exactly the same methodology for ourselves that we use for our authors. Yeah, by the way, we have an insider club for authors, and we do more than this for them. We help them write their books, promote their platform, etc. If you're interested in that, which is, we call it the $1 Million Book Club, and it's for business authors, let us know and we'll give you the details, because it is this on steroids. So then February, it basically went 10 times, 10x. It went from 38,000 impressions to 364,000 impressions. 2 months. 2 months. That's all. Now, will you get these results? I don't know. It's going to depend on how funny you are, how witty you are, and the value that you provide to your readers. But I want to hear from your success. When you start using these methods, let us know. Link with us, follow us, so we can see what you're doing, and then we can use you as a case study, and we'll plug your book, of course, when we use you as a case study. So again, we went from -2 to 8,000 new followers in 1 month. 8,000 new followers, you can see it here in February, in 1 month. That's a lot. I don't get right now 8,000 followers every time. The reason that I got them all at the same time were because the active people on Twitter under my keywords followed me all at the same time, because they're always there. And then the ones that are not always there, once a week, once a month, then they're still following me. So I show you this because I want you to see I didn't do this over 10 years or since Twitter started or since I opened my account. I started doing this, and you can do it if you start today. You can have the results today. You're a writer. You're witty, funny already, so you're not going to have a problem. And then again, we go to last month, which was 500,000 total impressions, 1,000 followers. As you can see, my followers actually drop. Even though I have more impressions, my followers drop. And then, by the way, what I do when people click on the profile is I promote something. I have either a book that I'm promoting, or a webinar that I'm promoting, or maybe a trip for people to meet me at my trip, or an article or a free report. That's what I do. You should do the same. And then tell me what you're promoting and what results you had. Again, the package that we have for the special today is $47, and you get the banners that we showed you. let me be more specific. You get the things on the left, social media, design, etc. But then you get the keyword research, the hashtag research. We do it for you to find your right platform. We don't just tell everybody about your book. We target the right people. We prepare banners for you as well. We have 2 full-time designers in our office. We prepare the links, and then we track the success, and we adjust. We want you to have a lot of clicks. We make the majority of our money on commission, not from the $47 that we're charging you. So we have a vested interest in your success because we make our money with commission of the clicks. So we want you to succeed, and we want this program to pay for itself in book sales so that you stay with us forever. That's the package that we have. And then I'm going to open it up for questions. And you can ask me questions. And by the way, Enrique, can you put the link to this if people want it so they know where to find it? You can use your credit card. If you have questions about this or anything else, you can ask us now privately by email, whatever you want. So you'll see the link there if you're interested. It's bookpromotions.promocave.com, and you can use your credit card to pay, and we'll start working immediately. And then once a month, you're going to get a report from us with some of the statistics of what we're doing. And then you can, to see your own private statistics, you have to go to your own social accounts. Remember, we will answer questions about everything. It doesn't have to be, the questions don't have to be about the webinar, about what we talked about in the webinar, about what we're doing or what we're not doing. Your questions can be about everything. They can be specific to genre. They can be about your website, how to get more people to your website. They can be about your Amazon landing page, what to put there. They can be about anything about marketing books. Today we're not going to tackle editing or proofreading or talk about your protagonist, at least not today. We'll leave that for another day. Today we talk about marketing, selling books, building your platform. So ask away. Any question that you have? There's a great question from Martin. The cost per click for the pay-per-click program. That's a great question. Let me click here so you can see me while I answer it. We don't have a pay-per-click program, Martin. But if you decide to do a pay-per-click program on your own, then I would suggest Facebook. We use different engines for our programs when we advertise our books and we advertise our businesses. But what I would recommend for an author is to do it on Facebook. Now, why? Because on Facebook you can target the most. Facebook is amazing for targeting. You can target by age group, you can target by income, you can target by how much they by net worth, by what they like, what pages people like. So if you want to spend on pay-per-click, do it on Facebook, and then you spend about 10% of what you would spend in other places. So I recommend that you do it there. I recommend that you do it on Facebook. We have programs where we manage that for you. If you're interested in that, let us know, and we manage 100% of your pay-per-click and other campaigns. So Martin, if you're interested in that, just leave your email, and we'll contact you on that. And that's part of our what we call the $1 Million Book Club. To sign up for the $47 program, we didn't put a cap, but let's put a cap because we can have it forever. Let's say that we're going to do a week until the next webinar. So we're going to have that special up for a week, Cynthia. That was another question. Another question that we have. No, you don't have to commit to any number of months. This is month to month, John. So you can do 1 month. If you don't like it, then you don't do it the next month. Let's see. What if our publisher doesn't allow posting on your site? No, I would say it's the contrary. We work with publishers for managing all of their authors. So I think it's going to be the contrary, Sharon. Authors sometimes call us to see if they can manage the account of 10, 20, 30 authors. And then they go and they publish their book on promocave.com. So I think they would love you to do it, or you can get them to do it. Tell them, please go and upload my information to Promocave, and they can do it for you. I don't see a problem. They'll sell more books, so they'll be happy with you if you do it. Next question. Yes. The question is, did you say the Facebook author page is free? Yes. Just go to Facebook and go to your own, log in to your Facebook account, create a page. Click on create a page, create an author page. You have different options for creating a page. A business page is one option, an author page, an artist page, I think, or musician page is another. Click the one for author. It's completely free. So everybody here should have their own Facebook author page, and then you should send traffic there. You don't want to connect with all of your readers with your own personal Facebook. You want to send them to a professional, branded page, because if you put family pictures on your personal Facebook, so keep it. I would suggest that you keep it separate. Let me see. Okay, some questions are answered here. Agents. What is my view on agents? It's not really a marketing question, but let's tackle it. Agents are there for you. Agents are there to help market the author in the book. So anybody who's helping you is okay in my book. You just have to get the right agent that's going to help you, and it's going to help really sell your books. If my philosophy is very different from my own work, because I always go with let the market decide. An agent is also somebody in the middle, behind you and the publisher, behind you and the consumer. And I'm always about showing the world what you can do, and then the agents are going to come to you. If you already have an agent, or if you already have a pitch from an agent or an acceptance from an agent, and it's a good one, go for it. Just make sure they're out selling and pitching you and getting you the best contract. They work for you. Remember that. They work for you. Let me see. To sign up, Eleanor, just go to the link that Enrique is providing, and then just click it and you can sign up for the paid program. And for the free program, just go to promocave.com and register and upload your book. Do both. Yes, and we do offer a higher level of promo service. We call it the $1 Million Book Club, and that's a fully managed program where we actually create all of your social media accounts for you. So instead of telling you go create it, we actually create it, we brand it. So you'll have a new author Twitter account, you'll have a new author Facebook page where our designers, our people create it, market it for you, do everything for you. It's a marketing program on steroids. That's the one that I use for my own work. And that's the one I use to get readers for my fiction and clients for my nonfiction books. So Shannon, if you're interested in that, just let Amilcar and Enrique know, and we'll contact you with the links and details for that. So Enrique, make a note of Shannon, please, in her email, so we can send her more information. Let me see what else we have here. Yes, Martin has a question. If we make money from clicks, yes, the majority of the income that we have for Promo Cave is from sales of books. So if somebody goes to Promo Cave and buys a book, we make a commission. When we have a program and somebody buys a book, we make a commission. And that's how, not from you, but from Amazon, that's how we can charge $47 instead of $347, because we're betting on our ability to sell books. So yes, we are in the same boat. You make money, you sell books, we make money as well. What about Google AdWords is the question. Is it as effective as Facebook advertising? Yeah, I use Google AdWords and I use many different platforms for advertising, depending on what I'm advertising. Google AdWords works great, but you will spend 10 times more money on Google AdWords than on Facebook. And you will be able to target more on Facebook. So you can target people who like science fiction and actually went and liked a page. So you can say to Facebook, I want to advertise to people who liked these different romance novel pages. So you know every 10 cents, every 20 cents, every dollar that you're spending it on the right person. On Google AdWords, you will spend 10 times more and they will not necessarily be the right person. By the way, I use advertising and promotion to test everything. And if you listen to our last podcast, and we'll upload it next week so you have it, is how to test your book title in using advertising. So test everything with advertising. Test your cover, test your banners, etc. So yes, Antonio, I use AdWords, but it's the last one on my list because it's the most expensive one. Next one, I have Kate has her email here. She's interested. Please, Enrique, make a note of it. Also, John as well. Yeah, Goodreads. Yeah, Goodreads has a good campaign as well, a good ad campaign. I'm suspicious of just advertising on those places because most of the people who are there a lot are authors. So it's just like me advertising your book on our book and writers pages where we have more than 100,000, which is great, but then everybody's an author. Everybody's a writer. So they're very interested in selling you the book. It's very important to go to the places your readers are. Like if you're going to join some Facebook pages, let's say, join Facebook pages of people who are interested or might be interested in your book. That's very important. Whatever it is, science fiction, fantasy, sports, if you write about personal fitness or diet, join those groups. Let me see what else we have here. Okay, how to make an Amazon author page. It's free. Just Google Amazon author page and you'll get the link, and it's free. You need to have your book ready. You need to have your ISBN, and your book has to be on Amazon. So if your book is already on Amazon, just go link to it, brand it, put your bio. Don't just open it. Put your bio, link it to your Twitter, put your photograph. It's what I would recommend. And then you can also control the pricing from that. Your pricing on Amazon for both the print and the Kindle edition. You can run promotions, free promotions, lower your pricing, etc. We have another question here. Same question about the Amazon author page. Just go to Google and put Amazon author page, and you'll get the link. I don't have the link handy. Enrique, if you have the link, give it to them, please, for the Amazon page, the Amazon author page. Let me see what else we have. I'm reading the questions, so I'll be quiet for a moment as I read the questions. Let me see. Enrique is answering some of the questions for you directly. Sheila will look at your website and we'll give you some comments. We'll show it to our project manager for websites, and remember we have designers, we have webmasters. So if you need a website for your author page, also let us know and we'll create one for you. They are very inexpensive and they are awesome. So we have a few people interested here. Okay, the link is up so people can see the link, and we can put the link up already. And we can also put the link in the promo so that people can see it. John will contact you. Sharon will contact you for the $1 Million Book Club as well. And we'll contact you by email and by phone so we can explain it better and give you the service that all of you deserve. And by the way, when you join the $1 Million Book Club, you're also in our mastermind. So once a month we have a mastermind with those authors, and then you ask questions, and it's not just me answering your questions, but you have other authors that sell a lot of books helping you answer your questions, giving you tips. It is awesome because you have all of the members of the $1 Million Book Club helping each other live. If you're in my city, you come to the meetings. If not, we have a great big television that I'm looking at right now. I'm in a conference room, so we actually have the meeting in this conference room that you'll see here. I'll give you a little taste there. and we have a great big television with a camera, a big 50-incher, and then we put you there remotely if you're not in sunny San Diego, California, where I live, so that you can see everybody and get to know each other. So it's great. I love it. It's a great way of interacting with other authors. Okay. To favorite on Amazon. Well, number one, tell all your friends to go and look at your author page and to follow you on your author page. So everybody that you know, tell them, hey, can you go? They have no reason why not. Just go to my author page, send them the link, and follow and favorite me or follow me. That's one. Number two, tell them to go to your book and put it as in their wish list. If people put you on their favorite, on their wish list, and they follow you as an author, you will start getting free advertising. Great question. That's an excellent tip. And next time, if you wouldn't mind, Enrique, can you put my link to the Amazon author page so that people can see what it looks like? You'll see that I have my bio to the left, my photo, my books, and you'll see also my feed from Twitter. So try to do that. I get a lot of free advertising, so use that one as a model, and send us your link, and we'll follow you, and we'll add you to our favorites so that you can get some free promotion as well. Absolutely, we'll do that to anybody who asks that of us. And we all have our own, so there's a couple of people right here, plus all of the authors that you have online. So that's a good plug for your book, so you can get a lot of traction immediately. Yes. Do we have authors that we use? Yes. We some of the banners that you saw are from our clients, and then we have our $1 Million Book people, which we do everything for them, so you can check them out. And if you want to see live who else is participating, just go to our Twitters, and you'll see each time you see a banner. If you follow hashtag PromoCave, each time you see a banner of a book, that's a customer. So that way you get to see what we're doing for them. If you want to see what we're doing for our higher end customers, $1 Million Club, those are in our private circle, and of course we can show you their websites, we can show you their social media, but just look at mine. I'm the poster boy for it, and everything will be like mine, but with your feel, with your book, with your colors, etc., etc., etc. That was for Cynthia. No, I'm not familiar, John, with that person. We have our own team for covers. So we do our covers because we have full-time designers, and we do our covers based on, you guessed it, marketing. We look at the shelves and we look at the best sellers everywhere on every platform. We look at the trends and what people are buying, and then we use those covers. So it's all based on research and marketing. We're marketing guys. Let me see. Okay, no more questions. If you have questions, today's the day. And you see my author page here at the top. If you want to see it, follow me so you can see all the changes. It's a good way of marketing. And then send me yours and I'll follow you. That way you get a head start. I think I'm out of questions. That's awesome. But it's unbelievable. I think people will have more questions. Come on. If you have more questions, feel free. Enrique put here at the top my Amazon page so you can look at it. Enrique, can you also put the promotion that we have so people can click on it? And again, if I didn't answer your question, email us at info@promocave. If you have ideas for webinars, send it to us and we'll tackle those ideas. They can be about marketing, about promotion, about building your platform. They can be about writing. They can be about whatever you want. We'll be happy to tackle any new I'm reading, I'm sorry, any new programs, any new subjects, case studies, whatever you want to see. I'll be happy to touch on it. And remember, build your platform. That's very important. Provide content and stay in touch, because every time you tell us what you're doing, we promote you, we promote your book, we promote your platform. What's a good way to get people to my website's blog? A good way to get people, number one, remember that your website, Pamela, should have a way of people to subscribe or do something. That's number one. Otherwise, you're going to send traffic for nothing. So make sure that you have a way of capturing their information, whatever it is, email, or they like your page on Facebook or whatever. That's number one. Number two, follow the steps that we touched on this webinar, but put the link to your website. So if you're providing great content, after you provide the content on your signature, you say, go to my website to get the free report, to get the free chapter. Bribe them to go to your website. Don't just tell them, go to my website. It doesn't work. You always have to exchange something. You say, go to my website to get 2 free chapters. Then they go to your website and they have to sign up. They put their name and their email, and then they get the 2 free chapters. So you're tweeting, you're putting things on Facebook, you're doing great things, providing content, stories, jokes, funny pictures, and then you're putting, you want more, you want a free chapter, get it from my website. That's the best way. Content, 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 then the link. Does it matter what time of year you launch a book? Yes, it matters, and it varies per genre. I don't have all the genres, but that's a good topic for another book. Does it matter when you launch it? Yes, that's why I have some books, a lot of books that I've written that I haven't released, because the theme is still there for my other books. Now, it does depend if you're fiction or nonfiction. In my case, the fiction books I would release as soon as I have them, and then when they start losing steam and when I get enough people to subscribe, I would launch the new one. For my business books, it's a completely different story, because I build very, very large databases with my business books. I have, just for my beverage book, I have 16,000 people subscribing to my newsletter for beverages. So you can imagine, I'm releasing now, I already wrote it, I'm releasing the second edition to that beverage book. And then the other wholesale book, the Wholesale MBA, I'm probably waiting at least 3 months, maybe a year. it will depend the steam that I get from the first one. So very, very interesting question about timing. I like it a lot. Antonia, you're very welcome. Heather, you're also very welcome. The link campaign. How do you start a link campaign? It's very simple. You just link, let's say that you go on Twitter and you tweet, you put a link to your LinkedIn. Then you go on LinkedIn and you put a link to your Facebook page, and you go to Facebook and you put a link to your Twitter. That's the way. It's easy. You just link from one to the other, and that's the way you start with your LinkedIn and promoting your different pages. Make sure you're also linking to your Facebook author page. That's very important because that's what we call your money site. That's where you make the money. That's where you sell, the money site. So make sure you're linking to the money site. Your website, your personal website, is probably not the money site. Keep that in mind. How can you tell how many Amazon author page followers you have? You know, I haven't looked on mine, but I would guess that you go and you log in and it'll tell you. I'll look and I'll answer that question in the next webinar. Cynthia, yes. If you sign up now, we will wait for you until you're ready. And then we will start your campaign when your book is out, even if it's late, if it's not out in 15 days, if it's a month, we'll still wait and start then. And we will not charge your credit card again until we start, and we will grandfather you in for the deal. That's for Cynthia. The recording will probably happen today or tomorrow, Albert. So it's quick. You'll get you'll get on your email a link to the recording, and it will be on my, again, on all of my social media. So it'll be on my Yahoo channel. It will be on my YouTube channel. It'll be in the next week on my LinkedIn account. But immediately you'll get a link to the recording on YouTube, maybe within an hour or two. So you'll have the recording. More questions? Let's see. Let's see. What is the most effective promotion if my agent is about to go out to publishers? It's the same thing. You have to do the same things. One of the things that maybe you remember, but they probably asked you, what's your platform? So a publisher will ask your agent, what's your platform? We talked about a platform today. Build your platform. The best that you can do is work on your platform. Put the content out there and people will start following you. That's your platform. People subscribing to your email newsletter, to your Facebook page, reading your blog. The best thing you can do, whether you're published already or not, whether you're fiction or nonfiction, is work on your platform. So work on your platform. You're very welcome, Robert. Sheila, you're very welcome as well. I got your email. Cynthia, thank you. Sharon, didn't get your entire question. To find what? Pamela, you can be in touch before your publication. Just subscribe to our channels. Read what we put out, and that's enough. You'll be in touch if you follow us on Twitter, on Facebook, wherever. We'll be in touch with you, and we can help you with whatever you need. Large publishers. Let me see. Let me go back, Sharon, to your entire question. Sharon, I have a very different view of large publishers. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, Sheila, we'll give you a call. And I have a very different view on publishers because I come from the business world. Because I know how to sell. I know how to sell books. I know how to market books and other products. Remember, I've done more than 1,000 consumer goods. In the consumer packaged goods world, if you are an agent, let's say a publisher or a retailer, you take 20, 30, 40%, as little as 5%, as much as 40%. A publisher can take 90%, and I don't understand that relationship. Also, because I use my own editors, I use my own, and by the way, the editors that I use are the same that the publishers use. It's not conceivable in my mind to give them 90% of the rights and 90% of the business if I have to market my own book, and if I can pay my own editors, my own book cover people, my own banners, etc. Now, I understand some people don't want to do any of that, and I just want to write, and I don't want to know anything about sales, and I think the big publishers are good for them. The big publishers would be good for me if they say, Jorge, I see all the sales you have. I will make you an offer you can't refuse. Then I think I would sell my book to a publisher. Otherwise, unless they're taking 10% of the sales, even with the big advance, I know how many books I can sell, so I would sell them myself. But that's me because I'm in a special situation. But I would invite more authors to do the same. Own your books. The publishing world is changing. It's changing completely. The best deals right now for unsigned authors are for self-publishers. So people see that you can sell a book on your own, and then they want to sign you up, and then you get big contracts. And stay on top of that. Read what the deals are, how much other authors are getting, and where they are in their lives, in their careers. That's important. Do your research there as well. Let's see, I have more questions. Perfect. We'll check your website. Yeah, Robert. I mean, it's tough. It's tough if I'm used to keeping 90% of everything that I do. It's tough for me to give 90% unless they can show me how they will convert my 10% into more money. That's fine. If they say, well, Jorge, if you do it on your own, you're only going to sell 100 books, and you can make 90% of that. But if you do it with us, you're gonna sell 10,000 books. Then I say, okay, done. It's a deal. But that's not going to happen. We use the same distributors as they do. We use the same publishers as they do, etc. That's my take. Everybody else is different. They're in a different place in their lives. But just be careful when you give away the rights of your book. That's your intellectual property. That's what we call it in business. That's your intellectual property. Be smart about it. Make sure that you have some control over it. Well, thank you very much. We had a large crowd today, and I'm very happy. I'm very happy, and I hope you found something in the webinar that you can use to promote yourself, to promote your books. We will have a webinar at least once every 2 weeks. If travel permits, I will have it once per week. I'm very happy. It makes me the happiest when I'm talking to authors and when I'm chatting about books and about writing. I just can't stop, so I could go for hours and hours and hours. I know your time is very valuable, and you spent a lot of time with me, as I can see the clock. I'm thankful. Thank you for deciding to spend your valuable time with me, and I will see you hopefully next week, if not in 2 weeks. Thank you very much. And we'll stay to answer some of your questions. If you have more, we'll chat your questions away. Thank you much.